Hey guys, welcome back to the 19th maybe last Sky Battle commentary video. This week I'm going to be going over villager profession tier list. That is right. I'm going to be ranking villagers on what they give me, because that's the only thing I use them for. How is there already a team up here? First off, at F tier, we have the unemployed villager. Now, some may say unemployed villagers are the best villagers because they have the most opportunity to become better villagers, but I say that they're currently not useful, so I don't really care about them. Next up, also in F tier for probably obvious reasons, we have the Nitwit villagers. They are useful for literally nothing, and I get mad every single time that they are in my villager breeders, because they are just, oh, they're so annoying, and I can't get rid of them without setting them on fire. And the thing is that in my survival world, my base is made of wood, so you might be able to see the issue with using lava or flint and steel. Die. Die. I got like my first kill in so long and the pants dropped. Worth it. Not worth it! Next up in D tier, we have the Fisherman. Well, there's not much to say about it. It is useful only if you have a guardian farm. And as somebody who does actually have a guardian farm, I never use them, mainly because I have another villager that I'll talk about later. Next up, we have the leather worker, and I don't think, ever used a leather worker since probably early 2020. Like, genuinely, I do not remember trading with a single one besides this one very specific point when I needed saddles, because I was on a world that was mostly ocean. They serve no practical use, so just don't have them. If you have like a cow farm and like a lot of leather to spare, just burn the leather. It's not gonna be useful. Have a hoglin farm. It's never gonna be useful. Just use one of the later villagers as a money-making method. Next up, we have the shepherd, and just like the leather worker, I have not traded with one since I am not kidding 2020. Oh, I'm getting owned. I'm getting owned. No! Similar to the fisherman, I also have a farm that would help me get emeralds with him, but it is genuinely not worth it. I have literal infinite amounts of wool, and it is still not worth trading them the wool for the emeralds. Next up, the one and only profession in C tier is the cartographer. They are useful to a very specific subset of people. A subset of people that I am not a part of because I do not go looking for woodland mansions. Mostly because woodland mansions are basically completely useless unless you live on easy mode. I don't understand why you would go risk your life thousands of blocks away just for a totem of undying, when you can risk your life so much closer to your own home to get totems of undying. It just doesn't make sense. I guess cartographers are kind of useless, but only for if you're cross-trading glass with librarians. This is a nice looking map. Anyway, the next tier is B tier with the cleric. Now, some people would say that cleric does not deserve to be in this position, but have you ever wanted ender pearls and not gone to the end yet? I thought so. That is the pretty much only purpose of the cleric, but it can also be useful for, oh god, oh god, oh god. Um, it can also be useful for getting redstone and lapis, like, completely automatically. You don't need a witch farm. You don't need to go mining for lapis. You just got all of it right there in one villager. You can also get XP bottles, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the most reliable way to get XP bottles besides finding them in chests. Oh god, I'm getting murdered. Ah! The next villager is the weaponsmith in A tier. You probably already know why I put it in this tier, but it's obviously because it gives you diamond swords and also diamond axes, but you can get those from the toolsmith. And if there's one thing I hate doing in Minecraft, it's actually playing the game by mining. Yo, I just got a kill. I just kill stole. Also, if you have an iron farm, this is a great way to get emeralds by selling all your iron. Speaking of toolsmiths, that's the next one I'm going to go over. It's basically the exact same as the weaponsmith, but it can offer you two extra resources, shovels and hoes, which are really useful now that 1.16 happened. Oh, there's a bit of a fella down there. There's a bit of a oh, I just poisoned my own teammate. Ah, ah. Oh, I've gotten so many kills today. I mean, comparatively to normal. I should probably put my pants on. My pants. Where was I? Oh yeah, Toolsmith. It gives you 2 extra tools than the Weaponsmith. And I guess the Weaponsmith only gives you 1 tool because one of them is a weapon. Who knew? Regardless, they're pretty epic and similar to Weaponsmiths. You can also trade iron to them, which is really useful if you have an iron farm, and if you don't, it's pretty annoying. My one issue with the Smiths is that they do sometimes offer bells, and I don't know about you, but I don't want to pay 36 diamonds for a bell, you know. I just kind of think it's a bit useless. I'll be honest. Next up we have another smith, the armor smith. And the armor smith, well, it doesn't the same exact thing as the other two, but it does armor, which is even better because that stuff actually protects you constantly. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. You know I can't PvP. You have literally nothing to worry about. You have literally nothing to worry about. And I have so much to worry about. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Again, it's really good for trading iron 2 to get emeralds, but you know what isn't good to trade iron 2 to get emeralds? Butchers, because they don't have that trade. You know what trade they do have? The pork chop trade, which is the only reason they're this high. Now you may be saying, pork chop trade is not useful. You can just make a hoglin farm. Well, if it's your first day, are you gonna build a hoglin farm on your first day? No. Second day? No. By that time, you've already ran out of wheat from the village that you found. So instead of building a hoglin farm on day 3, for some reason, you have decided to do the smart thing and make a butcher villager, so you can get like a stack and 16 pork chop per trade cycle. It's such a good deal. I don't know why more people don't do this. You can even get cooked beef, I'm pretty sure. Okay, can I get this kill? Can I get this kill? No, I can't. You ran away. Yeah, you already ran away. Okay. Oh, can I get this kill? Yo. Oh. Oh, I got a kill and I didn't die. Oh my gosh. Oh my, I almost fell into that hole. But oh my gosh. I am so incredibly okay at this game. Next up we have the Fletcher, probably because it's one of the first villagers I make in a world, solely to get emeralds to get the pork chop that I mentioned from the previous villager. They can also sell you tipped arrows, which are really useful if you want to be mean to your friends on Minecraft servers with harming arrows. No. So when I used those, I go like 2 blocks, but when the enemy uses them, they just fly. Okay, that's fair. That's so fair. Yeah, I'm not mad at all. But next we have the S tier villagers at long last, and these ones consist of the Librarian, able to trade you almost any book in the game besides Soul Speed and Swift Sneak, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'm not missing any as of the time of recording, at least, unless they're like, yeah, secret 1.20 um, enchantment, and they can also get you name tags, so overall, one of the best villagers. Next up, we have one that may be a bit, controversial, but it is the stonemason. You may be saying, why is this so useful? Well, it's literally just because of how easy stone can be generated. These villagers will trade you, I think it's 20 stone for 1 emerald before you cure them. Now that's a pretty good deal because with a stone generator, you can get about, 4 stone a second. That's 1 emerald per 4 seconds, and that's just me like guesstimating the math. If you insta break all of them and have good enough timing, you can get an emerald per like second probably. It's incredibly good, and I highly recommend them. Also, you know what they give you? Bricks. It's difficult to come across clay. What you have to use to get bricks? Clay. It's a great deal, and they give you quartz, and you never have to mine any of it. Lastly, but not leastly, we have the farmer villager. Now, I am putting it in S tier only because other people think it's good. I personally only use farmers for golden carrots, but I could easily just go back to butchers for pork chop. I did that for a while. Technically, golden carrots are better, but if I run out of them completely, I wouldn't be too fussed. Come on, die, die, die. Why did I do that? That was a horrible idea. That was a horrible idea. What am I doing? Just like, what am I doing putting Farmer in S tier? It's clearly high A. Um, but yeah, other people like making melon and pumpkin farms. I personally don't, because, I just don't do that. They're kind of big, in order to be efficient. So I usually tend to go with other farms, like, stone generator for emeralds. But those would also work, which makes it a pretty good villager. Also, you can get suspicious stew to give to your friends, saying, "Yeah, yeah, man, it's totally regen, it's totally night vision, it's blindness, it's hunger, it's wither. It's a perfect cover up for your wither rose farm existing." So that was every single villager profession ranked. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please share, watch again, I guess, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Bye.